Hello student, today we'll focus on the topic of CMOS characteristics. Okay. So starting with the different characteristics was already discussed in the detail. Again the same characteristics means propagation delay, power dissipation, then we can say the voltage levels, current of fan in, fan out, operating speed, unused inputs. Well, these are the different characteristics of the CMOS also. So we'll focus very important is first starting with the propagation delay. I will very depth I will explain the propagation delay. So propagation delay of a CMOS inverter, the propagation delay of a logic gate, that is inverter, is the difference in time calculated at 50% of input and output transition when output switches after application of the input. See the diagram from the propagation delay. These are the input voltage waveform. Okay, these are your output waveform. It is inverted means is 1 at the time it is 0. See here, after the reaching the 50%, okay, and when here up to this level, okay, so after the time delay this, okay, it will be down like this one. Okay, so expected is what? When it is go to the 1, at that time it should be moved to the 0. Okay, so these are the delay time. See, and then after the 50% of the again output voltage, these are the your T of time is fault transition time, right? And if you see this one is TPLH. TPLH means propagation delay low to high time. Low to high. Here they are moving from low to high. This one. And here is propagation delay from high to low. High to low. TF full transition time, right? Fall transition time, and rise transition time. So whenever if you see the details again in the I will describe in details again in the propagation time. So propagation delay time is in above figure are four timing parameter. Rise time is the time during transition when output switches from 10% to 90% of maximum value, and fall time is the time during transition when output switches from 90% to 10% of the maximum value. Many design could also prefer 30% to 70% for rise time and 70 to 30% for fall time. It could vary up to different designs. See the propagation delay high to low is the delay when output switches from high to low after the input switches from low to high. Because inverter is exact opposite, input waveform and output waveform. It is input is 1 then output is low 0. If it is input is 0 then output is 1 like this. So delay is usually calculated at 50% of point of input output switching as shown in the above figure. So now in order to find the propagation delay, we need to model that matches the delay of inverter. As seen above, the switching behavior of CMOS inverter could be modeled as a resistor R and capacitor CL. A simple first order analysis of RC network will help us to model the propagation delay. Okay, so see these the diagram expected is over here, but output will be occur here. Okay, so these are the propagation delay we can call it as. In short, expected is what when we can apply the input immediately should be occur as output, but output will be occur and that delay is very small time propagation delay, the nanosecond, microsecond, millisecond like this one. It's called as propagation delay. Now next is different. We can say that operating speed. See now in the CMOS operating speed it is lower than TTL series. Approximately 25 to 100 nanosecond depending on the subfamily of CMOS. Okay, then voltage and noise level margin. Okay. So the voltage level for CMOS varies according to their subfamily. So voltage level VIH, VILOH, VOH. Okay, so depending upon the 74 series and the respective, we can set that 4000 series. Okay, so if it is suppose the 4000B, then VIH 3.5. Okay, if we are using the 74 family, then in that case 74 SCT, that is having the 2 only, Like these are the voltage and current parameters. Now their noise margin. So the noise margin you can calculate it by using the VOH minimum minus VIH minimum. It is NH, V noise high whenever, and low noise margin VNL is equal to VIL max minus VOL max. Okay, so these are the terms noise margin and voltage. Those already discussed in the TTL family. Only the values are very real. Okay. Then fan out, we know that the fan out is nothing but one CMOS output driving how many CMOS inputs. How many CMOS input? Okay, this is a fan out. Then fan in, we know that the fan in is nothing but how many number of inputs that respect to get having, that is fan in. The next one is your power dissipation. So power dissipation, we know that is a product. Okay, the product, the same form, same equation. You can see that the power dissipation of the CMOS IC is very low, and the DC condition. So it will be increases frequency at when the circuit will be switches. Okay, so speed into power. Okay, speed we can measure in the nanosecond, and power we can measure in the microwatt. So this is power dissipation. And next is the unused input. We know that the CMOS input should never be left disconnected. All CMOS input have to tied either to fixed voltage level or to the another. This rule be applied. And unused CMOS input. Okay, so the extra input, or you can say the unused CMOS input is sustainable to noise. So static charges could be easily biased both NP and N channel MOSFET in conduction state, resulting in increase in power dissipation and possible overheating. So due to avoiding such type of overheating, such type of unused inputs, we can connect anywhere, means as per the requirement. Either we can connect it to the to fixed level, either 0 volt or VDD, to for a avoiding such type of situation. So in this way, we studied about the different characteristic of the CMOS IC. Thank you.